Hey everybody, this is Brandon. I'm going to be your GE along with Deb for this spring term. What can I say? You guys are all probably reading the news, so we know that things are definitely crazy and a little bit more chaotic than we would have liked. For example, my brother's wedding in June is canceled. I'm supposed to go to a conference in Australia in, I think it was May, that's canceled, and another one in Denver. Likewise, I've got family back home in Long Beach that are definitely at risk. My grandma's going through cancer right now, and so we're all a little bit worried about that. And so my goal in sharing that is not to get your pity or sympathy, but just to let you know that we're all sacrificing things. We're all going to be in this together. So I think that if none of you have been in an online class before, one of the things that makes that work the best is when you really get a sense of authenticity from the instructor. And so that's what I am attempting to achieve here. You can see my apartment. You can see the elbow of my lovely fiance. She supported me while I awkwardly tried to stumble through this. And so, really, this is about making things accessible to you. I don't know how this process is going to work. Deb and I have talked about that a lot. We've got a lot of ideas and things that we want to try and experiment. But I don't want to lie to you and say that we know exactly what we're doing either, because that defeats the purpose of working together. So, from Deb, she is an aggressive and a passionate woman. She has a ton of valuable experience in this industry, and she's got the clout to get you hired. So if you were to be stuck with anybody with an awkward hybrid online remote learning clusterfuck of a class, this is the captain of the ship that you would want. So my job is officially to be the GE, but as I discussed with Deb, I think that we should focus more on a bit of a community management aspect. So that kind of means that we will be working together. Deb is the one that sets the assignments, that has the main skills in the lectures that we're going to be talking about. And my job is to make sure that we are translating that information as effectively to you as possible. So if you have any feedback about how to add supplemental videos or assignments to what we're already doing, feel free to let me know, because again, we want to try to make this work together. This is our first time trying to do remote learning in this format. So, whatever works, tell me. If something doesn't work, see if you can come up with a way to make it work better. I'm going to look at my notes real quick. Okay. So as far as the structure is going to go, Deb is going to upload lecture videos on Monday, but the actual Zoom meeting where we have class time is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know that we've got a lot of students in different countries and different time zones, so we're going to make sure to include Pacific Standard Time. When we say a time, the default is going to be Pacific Standard Time. So lecture is going to be on Zoom Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will have unofficial office hours here on Twitch on 3 PS. Okay, so 3 p.m. PST to 4 p.m. PST, and then 6 p.m. through 7 p.m. PST. So that's going to be an hour before and after lecture where you can come in and ask me questions. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Twitch, but generally people are playing video games or doing some kind of activity during that time. But I will be basically here talking to this screen or working on something while I wait for students to come and ask me questions in the chat room. And so once you ask me a question in the chat room, you just type it in. I will see the chat in a separate monitor that I have set up, and I will be able to try to facilitate that online interaction. I think that it might be an interesting way to provide students a way to ask questions without having to be face to face. Obviously, we have that option on Zoom as well, but I think that's a little bit more intimate, whereas the stuff on Twitch might be a little bit more communal. So if you just need to ask questions about deadlines, or if you think that this idea is good, or if you see this cool thing, Twitch, the chat room is really easy to use. And so you can just post that directly to me, and it's a pretty rapid fire way for me to interact with you in pretty close to live time. One thing to note about Twitch is that it does not abide by the FERPA privacy laws. So if you want to talk to me about grades or a grievance or something that is a little bit more of official business, please let me know, and we will set that up on Mondays. And so Mondays I will be holding Zoom office hours, and those are specifically for official business. So if you want to talk to me about why you got a specific grade on the assignment, or if you want to talk about some of my feedback, we can do that on Microsoft Zoom. And we do that because legally that's the software that we have to facilitate that. So we're trying two different platforms. They're for two different tools. And so we're going to try to figure that out the best that we can. If you look in the top right, I've made my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, and my email accounts all available to you. So feel free to take advantage of those. I'll be posting things across all three platforms. What else can I say right now? We can, let's see. I covered that. Okay, so that's the structure of the class. So one of the things that Deb and I have spoken about what we want to accomplish with this class and what we want for you, all these students, is to get something valuable from this class. And so this class is the introduction to the creative strategy program in the SOJC. You're going to be learning a lot of the foundational skills that you are going to continue developing and honing throughout your experience in Allen Hall. There's going to be a lot of different information about a lot of different roles, and you're going to be expected to try a lot of new things to try to find your place in this industry. It's really important that you engage with us and you give us real feedback so we can give you insight about what you might be interested in. And so one of the things that I want to draw attention to from Deb's syllabus is the encouragement to find your tenacity. Obviously, this is a really difficult time for all of us. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm sure a lot of you have gone home. Some of you might be self-quarantining. Some are still in Eugene. Some of you might be in completely foreign countries. I know that some students are in Japan and in China right now. So we are really going to have to rely on each other to find useful ways to incorporate this technology. And we're treating you like real professionals. I don't know if you've read the syllabus yet, but the final project this year is directly responding to the World Health Organization's open call for creative strategists. What that means is that all of the work that you are going to be doing right now, you're doing it potentially for the World Health Organization. And so as far as building a resume and building a portfolio, which you will need to get a job in this industry, if you work hard enough and if you refine your idea enough, then you are going to be able to present that to the World Health Organization. And Deb's going to be able to get you there because she's already gotten student projects to be pitched to the United Nations. So when we talk about how these creative ideas can be used to solve real problems right now, she's not bullshitting you. So you're going to get what you put into this class. We're all in this together. I'm trying to make myself as transparent and as open to you as possible. And so you're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly. But I just want to encourage everybody to hang in there. Take advantage of the mental health services that are being made available to you. I'll make sure that those are published somewhere on Canvas for us. Make sure to stretch. Make sure to loosen up. Find a way to check in on family members. Maybe eat some good food. I don't know if you like to cook. I certainly do. But I don't know what else to say. It's going to be a long term, and we're just going to have to rely on each other. So I'm looking forward to this adventure with all of you, and I hope that you put up with me throughout the term. See ya.